Hi, Sharks. I'm Alan.
And I'm Amelia. We're from California and we're seeking $300,000 for 15% equity in our company,
Retold Recycling. Sharks, it goes without saying, everyone needs to wear clothes.
Well, unless you want to get arrested, Alan. But seriously, there's another cost to not going naked.
That's right. America throws away around 12 million tons of textiles every single year.
That's why we created Retold Recycling. It's our convenient and sustainable mail-in service for recycling your unwanted clothing and household textiles.
It's really simple. We send you an empty Retold bag and comes with a prepaid label.
You throw in around 5 pounds of your unwanted items and then drop it in the post. We'll do the rest. Your items are carefully sorted before going to thrift stores, upcyclers, and also textile recyclers. They'll break down your unwanted items into a pulp.
So you can feel really good knowing that nothing goes to landfill. Don't throw it away. Retold them.
So how do you find...
All right, so I got so many questions. So many questions. How are we going to make money on that, right? So they're getting the clothes. I'm assuming that is the customer paying for this, or is it the people that are turning it into a pulp? What are we doing with the pulp? Is that being restrung into like new clothes or utilized as like fluff in like pillows, or like what are we doing with it, right? So there's a lot there. I'm really excited because like I think that you know, anytime we have an opportunity to recycle things, reduce, reuse. A lot of people seem to forget the reduce and the reuse part, and we just try to look for recycling to be the end all be all of every solution. It's not, right. We need to constantly be looking at where we can reduce and reuse things, and repurpose things. But yeah, I don't know. Like here we go. Maybe they have something special here. That's going to be worth their $300,000 for 15%. I hope that's not a bloodbath, because I hope the Sharks are not. I hope that Alan and Amelia, I hope you got a good plan in place. Hopefully, you got some revenue and can really withstand the barrage that's about to happen here. As you could probably tell from Mr. Wonderful's expression there. Anyway, don't forget, we got the Super Entrepreneur Conference happening here in the greater Philadelphia area, August 18th and 19th. Can't wait for that. Go to gobesuper.com to get your tickets. Learn if you want to apply to be a speaker at the event, as well as if you want to sponsor the event. There's a sponsorship kit there as well. Anyway, looking forward to that and learning more about this business. We're going to check out their website at the end, as well as feature one of your comments from the super community down below. Let's go.
Find people that are going to fill these bags up with their unwanted clothing.
Actually, there's so many people looking for this service. We've been running Google AdWords, and the demand for people typing in clothing recycling near me has very much been fueling our business.
Do you pay me for the clothes I send you?
No, you actually pay for the service of recycling.
All right, so walk me through the economics.
A single bag is $14.50.
So I buy a bag, let's say one, for $14.50. I put in my 5 pounds.
Yep.
I send it to you, and then do you sell it?
So our recycling partner actually has a thrift store network that he can clear items to.
So you got $14 from me. How much do you get from your partner that recycles it?
It's about 10 cents per pound.
Look, I give away a lot of clothes. I'll either drop to Goodwill, or there's certain charities that I'll drop them off at. But my cost is only some time. Why would I use this instead?
Generally, they won't take your old underwear or items that they can't resell.
Huh.
Okay, but $14 for somebody, it seems a lot to me. Can you speak to the cost of that?
Yeah, honestly, we don't really have a whole lot of price resistance, because it's the convenience of bringing it into your home. You're not driving anything around. And for me, I'm a busy professional. I'm a solo mama. I don't have time to do all of that.
Tell us about sales.
All right, so before they get to sales, it makes sense. But $14.50 does seem for 5 pounds worth of clothes that you're fitting into a bag and send it. Like, I don't hate it, but there's so many other places to be able to like drop boxes and things like that. You don't have to just go to Goodwill. Though I'm curious if Mark Cuban actually shows up at Goodwill and what if that's catches anybody by surprise or if he has somebody else doing it for him. But I and Goodwill has its, pluses and minuses as well. But $14.50 does seem like a lot, and they're getting 10 cents on a pound. So if it's 5 pounds, so 50 cents a bag. So, $15 per bag before shipping costs. Shipping is not cheap, especially not cheap in the last couple of years. Hopefully the metrics add up here.
When we launched in July of 2020, the sales was around 12,000. In 2021, our sales jumped up to around $175,000.
Okay.
And what did you make on that?
The gross profit last year was 43%.
And what are you going to do through the end of the year?
Around 500,000.
What's your plan for growth? How are you even going to scale this?
We actually have a lot of brands and different companies that are coming to us and saying, we need a sustainable solution. Can we basically plug and play your program?
You know, look, we do this at Good American and Skims because what we do with end of season goods or damaged goods is we send them off, we have them recycled, they're used for roofing installation. So what's the end game?
What we're actually providing for these brands, they're coming to us for a consumer-facing program. So we've white-labeled the bags themselves, and they sell the bags on their website, so they can appear to
their
be
customers.
sustainable
And
to
how
their
big is that
customers.
business for you right now?
So we've just launched one brand. We have another brand that's signed, and that will launch
But
in the
this
next
makes
couple
a
of
lot
months.
more sense to me because all brands are looking for something that they can offer their consumers
Correct.
to
So
appear to be more
I'm trying to
sustainable.
figure
At
out
this
how do I
point,
get back $300,000?
Let's go through the economics again. So you're charging $14.95.
$14.50, yeah.
$14.50. What are your costs associated with that? Typically,
So shipping costs for us at the moment runs about 80% of our revenues.
so about
which is-
$12.
Correct. Which is why
Yeah,
it's very
I believe
important
it.
for us to scale it so that we can actually negotiate not just better rates, but add shipping locations as well, because we send all of our bags, we ship it to a single location in the Midwest. Over 20% of our customers are based in California, which means that to ship over to the Midwest,
the more distance, the more expensive, right? So why couldn't you work out a deal with somebody who buys clothes in California?
We can, and we would love to add that into the network. Then we have the volume to negotiate multiple
So
hubs.
you guys can also come up with multiple SKUs. So you have a bag that is sold in California, a bag that's
Correct.
sold in New York, so it ships to the closest
Yeah.
recycler.
Correct.
Okay, so here's where I see a business out of this. So
Please tell them, Mark.
if you put these at 7-Eleven or at dry cleaners, if you can do it so there's enough margin for the retailer there, your cost of a bag is how much?
15 cents.
So you can put tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of these around the country. The problem is you don't have any margin to pay the host for those.
Correct.
So that's why I'm asking if it's
And
17.
why is the host going to sell it, Mark? How's anybody going to know what
Because
that
it's a
is?
convenience to them, right? So it's nice to be able to
How?
say the mailroom at your office building.
You're right, and it's additive to a brand. It's additive
Yes,
to a
it's
building
a
and a
great
community.
service.
But it's,
Well, listen,
you know,
while
it's
Mark
a difficult...
redefines your
Okay,
business.
so wait. All right, I get where Mark's going, right? So if you kind of like how there's those services out there that'll fuel cars up, like they'll drive around the parking lot of a business, and they'll gas up the car as a service. I don't know if that's. I mean, with how things have been, I don't know if those companies are still around, if they're struggling. There's also ones that we've seen that do it for electric cars as well. They'll go and they'll top off cars at a in a parking lot for a company that it wants to have that nice bonus, nicety for their employees, for their team members. So, so as a company, it's like, it's one less thing to have to worry about. You pick up a bag, you go and you take it home, and then you ship it in. But selling it in like a 7-Eleven is gonna be tough. I mean, if your shipping cost is like $12 and you're selling it for $14.50, there ain't much incentive for them to keep the bags. The other problem I see is, depending on what the bags are made out of, like we're just printing more plastic bags. Here in New Jersey, we just recently got rid of plastic bags, and some of the companies actually outside of New Jersey that I've been to have just cut out plastic bags altogether. The problem with that is we have these reusable bags that we're just like printing massive amounts of. And we just keep getting more and more. And they haven't really, from what I can tell, effectively been like, oh, here's our repurpose process, like bring it in and you know, get some money or literally just take it off my hands, because it's just these bags are starting to take up space, because every time we order online and we do the pickup, and the bags are already a part of the pickup fee. So yeah, it's just another thing, but that's a whole nother story. We're just trying to deal with the clothes. I think that there's definitely something there for as a company perk. That's the word I was looking for, perk.
Take a shot at it, okay? I'm just looking at what you're presenting. I'm looking at the opportunity as an investor, and I'm looking at the $300,000. I'll have been recycled before I ever get that back. Like that is just too much. I'm not going to write a check for $300,000 for this.
Do you mind if I respond to a
Guys,
question from before?
I just feel like it's important to clear the decks a little bit here. I really respect the mission, but I think that we're in a time right now with $14.50. Like, consumers are having to pay so much for like gas and just the cost of living to do this. I feel like you're going to have so much resistance in the market. For me, this is just not an investable opportunity, so I'm out.
Yeah, okay. I mean, when you could just drop off at the drop boxes or go out a little out of your way. I mean, I've done it where I've had a bag or two in my car for, a few days until I can, make my way to where the Goodwill is and drop it off.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
I feel like this mission, obviously so important, but I'm not sure how you're going to make money out of this. I don't know how to figure it out. And I'm not the right shark for this deal. I'm sorry, I'm out.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Laura.
Amelia, before I rewrite your entire business plan, what I'm really struggling with is there is no business here in the way that you're doing it today. And as I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, Alan and Amelia are super smart. There's got to be something I'm missing.
Yes.
Tell me the other revenue stream.
Yeah.
Because I want to be in.
So honestly, there is a huge opportunity working with the brands, because we have volume coming to us of brands who are looking to be able to add that consumer-facing program so they can have that sustainability flag.
So it's a marketing play.
Correct. It's basically a licensing deal where we will do that program for them. The bags are white label with their own branding, and we'll provide that service.
Emma, would you do this for your brands?
100%. I almost feel like this should be like, it's a non-profit that brands fund. Like, I just don't get the business case here.
Well,
right.
She
Honestly,
answered it for me. I think it's a great mission. I didn't see the business part of it. So I wish you all the best. It's a good cause, but I'm out.
Thank you.
All is not thrown out yet because Mark is still in.
Look, if they could get it to where it's like $20, then all of a sudden there's a little more meat on the bone. $25 if you put in like the 7-Elevens like Mark's suggesting. But that's, you got to be able to ship a lot more than 5 pounds at that point. Like, that's not going to go very far. It's just expensive. I mean, that's $5 a pound at $25, right? So that's that's not gonna work.
Right now it's a small business, right?
Yeah.
And there's not an element that you've shown us that are just automatic scale, except for your branding program,
right,
where you charge an office building or a company and you say, okay, you buy 2,000 bags for this amount of money, and you guys are responsible for the postage, and you send it to us. And the 2,000 bags, you may only charge $2 a piece, right? Which is just all profit for you. So if you're open to those types of things, I think I can help you get there.
Great. I mean, honestly, that's really what we're looking for, is one of your platforms to help us grow the awareness, but also that like back-end innovation.
I'll offer you $300,000. I want 25%. And that's non-negotiable.
Boy, and you've got a really great partner.
I'm the one game in town, so it's a yes or no.
I would run to that offer.
Run, don't walk, guys. Run, don't
fast.
Can we have one quick minute?
Wow. I can't believe the thinking.
Are you crazy?
I don't know.
Can we have one quick minute?
Wow. I can't believe the thinking.
At least they're not going to step out of the room.
Is there any chance you would do it for 22%?
No.
Well, at least they asked.
Take the deal.
It's not going to change. No.
Well, I want to ding the bell here. Let's go.
You've got a deal.
Woo! Let's go.
Thank you so much. We're so excited.
You're welcome. Thank you, Mark. You got it. Thank you.
Oh,
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Listen, guys.
Good luck,
Check out the
guys.
website in a sec here.
what's really exciting is, and I think this is what Shark Tank is about, is a whole new business model, which we did not even think about, which we really believe it's going to grow and scale our business. So we're excited.
100%.
You know, that's what I love about Shark Tank. You come in with one business, you leave with a different business.
I hope it's the same business. She said it. I could just help them tweak
They're
it.
completely
No,
different.
you just didn't understand their business. She said brands. At your office, when you go to work in the morning, there's a sign that says $17.50. Take this bag, your recyclable clothing, just put it in the bag and mail it. It's all paid for, $17.50, done. People are going to feel good and do it. You will do it because you'll start feeling guilty that you're not recycling everything.
The risk is people
Or
want stuff
I can
for
drive
free.
it for free to the Salvation
So
Army.
your time isn't worth much. For some people, it's worth a lot more.
Well, I mean, Mark said he goes to Goodwill with it. So what the heck, right? Okay, we're going to check out their website. So right off the top. So one thing, I mean, they got the Shark Tank sprinkled in up top here. But one thing that's sorely missing, I think, is like actual pictures of people. I love seeing faces, right? And anybody that watches this knows that I love seeing faces, and this is, I mean, you got the Instagram here, which is great. We'll go check that out in a second. But aside from that, we got no faces. We got no faces whatsoever. So that's one thing I would like to see here. You know, the people having, putting things into the bag, like telling the story, right? And it looks like they, for $129, you can, that just seems, I mean, 14, if it's $14.50, it's, well, $14.50, so you're saving a little bit of money there on 10 bags. But, man, I don't know. For the amount of clothes that me, my daughter, my son, and my wife, donate a year, I just feel like I would just take it to Goodwill, like, and let it have a second life. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough. So anyway, we're gonna go check out their Facebook. It got 430 likes over there. Got some a little bit of engagement going on. Instagram's probably got a bit more. 12,500 followers, which is great to see. I like that. A lot of engagement on some of these posts, which is great. So anyway, Alan, Amelia, I'd love to have you come on the show. Just reach out, drop a comment down below, and we'll do an interview. Like Gordon here, who says, "Hey, Joe, love your enthusiasm, and I really enjoy watching your videos. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Serbia." Wow, that is so awesome that we have people literally around the globe as part of the super community watching, learning, enjoying, growing, and everything in between. Thank you so much. And it's an honor to get to do these videos and spend this time with you here on the channel. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these two videos. If I don't see you this summer, August 18th and 19th, in Philadelphia for the Super Entrepreneur Conference 3. Anyway, I'll see you in one of these two videos. Take care. Go be super.